Why are some countries basically shut out from the US? We're not talking about a few rejected visas, we're talking about full-on lockdown. We all know getting a US visa can be a pain, right? Long lines, confusing paperwork, the whole ordeal. But for people from certain countries, it's not just a pain. It's basically impossible. We're talking full-on visa lockdown. Think about it. Paperwork nightmares, rejection rates so high they should have their own zip code, the chances of approval hovering somewhere between winning the lottery and finding a unicorn. This isn't about a few unlucky folks, it's about entire nations essentially being shut out. Could your country be one of them? And if so, why? Today we're diving deep into the world of US immigration, counting down 10 Asian countries that face the toughest time getting US visas and the shocking reasons why. From war-torn nations to straight-up diplomatic breakdowns, get ready to have your mind blown. Number 10. Myanmar. Imagine this. You're living in Myanmar, a country grappling with political turmoil, facing global sanctions. Your dream? To study in the US, to build a better future. But here's the catch. Getting a US visa feels like trying to win a rigged game. You need to travel to neighboring countries just for an interview, only to face rejection after rejection. Families are torn apart, dreams are put on hold, all because of a system that seems designed to keep people out. The US talks a big game about democracy and freedom, but for the people of Myanmar, the reality is a visa system that feels more like a cage. Number 9. Palestinians. For Palestinians, the path to a US visa is paved with obstacles. Imagine navigating a maze blindfolded. That's what it feels like. The lack of US recognition of Palestine creates a bureaucratic black hole. Applications are riddled with complexities, and for residents of Gaza, even attending an interview feels like an impossible dream. The US talks about peace in the Middle East, but how can there be peace when people are denied the basic right to travel, to learn, to connect with the world? The Palestinian people are trapped in a visa labyrinth, their lives on hold, their futures uncertain. Number 8. Bangladesh, a nation brimming with young talent and ambition, faces its own set of visa woes. Students who excel in their fields, securing scholarships to prestigious US universities, find their dreams shattered by visa denials. The fear of overstaying haunts even the most legitimate applicants, leading to a climate of suspicion and distrust. Imagine being a parent in Bangladesh, watching your child, your pride and joy, denied the opportunity to pursue their dreams. The emotional toll is immeasurable. Families separated, milestones missed, all because of a system that seems to prioritize fear over opportunity. Number 7. Pakistan. For Pakistanis, the US visa process often feels like a lottery rigged for them to lose. Rejection rates are sky high, leaving countless students, professionals, and families in limbo. And the worst part? Many receive the dreaded 214B denial, a generic rejection that provides no specific reason and offers no real path to appeal. Imagine pouring your heart and soul into your application gathering documents, prepping for interviews, only to be met with a wall of silence. The 214B has become a symbol of frustration and despair for countless Pakistanis. Their hopes for a better future dashed against the rocks of bureaucratic indifference. Number 6. Iraq. The Iraq War left its mark on both countries, and for Iraqis seeking refuge or opportunity in the US, the scars run deep. Interpreters and allies who risked their lives alongside US forces now face an agonizing wait for visas, often forced into hiding as they navigate a bureaucratic nightmare. Imagine living with the constant fear of persecution, your life in limbo, while the very country you helped struggles to keep its promise of safety. The US has a moral obligation to those who aided its mission in Iraq. Yet the visa process for many feels like a betrayal, a slap in the face to those who put their lives on the line. Number 5. Yemen. Yemen, ravaged by civil war and humanitarian crisis, faces a different kind of visa struggle, one where the system itself seems to have forgotten their existence. With the US embassy closed, Yemenis are forced to travel to neighboring countries, often at great risk, just to apply for a visa. Families are separated, children are left behind, and the chance of approval feels as distant as the hope for peace in their homeland. Imagine being erased, not just by war, but by the very system that claims to offer refuge. The US talks about humanitarian aid, but for Yemenis, the visa process feels like another layer of suffering, a bureaucratic wall erected between them and a chance at a normal life. Number 4. Syria. Syria, torn apart by a brutal civil war, presents a stark choice for its citizens: stay and face persecution or flee and navigate a near-impossible visa process. The United States Embassy is closed, forcing Syrians on perilous journeys to apply for visas in neighboring countries. Applications are met with extreme scrutiny, wait times stretch into years, and the feeling of hopelessness pushes many towards dangerous and illegal options. Imagine being so desperate for safety, for a future for your family, that risking your life in the hands of smugglers feels like the only option. The Syrian refugee crisis is a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict and the desperate measures people take when legal pathways are blocked. Number 3. Iran. The relationship between the United States and Iran has been strained for decades, and that tension, really casts a long shadow over the visa process. Iranians face incredibly high rejection rates, often forced to apply in third countries because there's no US embassy in Tehran. Even highly qualified applicants, doctors, engineers, artists, find themselves caught in a web of suspicion, their dreams put on hold simply because of political realities. Imagine being judged not on your merit, but on your nationality. Your passport basically a scarlet letter in the eyes of a system struggling to bridge a decades-old trust gap. For Iranians, the US visa process is often a disheartening reminder of the chasm that exists between two nations, their personal aspirations entangled in the complex web of geopolitics. Number 2. North Korea. For citizens of North Korea, the most isolated nation on earth, obtaining a US visa is, practically unheard of. The chances are slim to none, less than 1%, making it statistically easier to win the lottery multiple times. The lack of a US embassy in Pyongyang, the impossibility of leaving without permission from the regime, and the deep political and ideological barriers, they all create an insurmountable wall for those seeking a glimpse of the outside world. Imagine living in a country where the internet is heavily censored, where information about the outside world is tightly controlled, and where leaving is a privilege reserved for the elite few. For North Koreans, the United States, with its promise of freedom and opportunity, remains a distant dream, a world away, separated by more than just geographical distance. Number 1. Afghanistan. The fall of Afghanistan to the Taliban in 2021 plunged the country into chaos, leaving countless Afghans desperate to escape the brutal regime. The US, which had promised a path to safety for those who aided its mission, abruptly suspended embassy operations, leaving thousands of Afghan allies and their families stranded. Visa applications are now met with a staggering 90% rejection rate, a cruel irony for those who risked their lives alongside US forces. Imagine being hunted by the Taliban, your life in danger, because you helped the US government. Imagine the desperation, the betrayal, the feeling of abandonment as you face an impossible choice: flee and risk your life, or stay and face certain persecution. The United States has a moral obligation to the Afghan people, but honestly, so far, its actions have fallen far short of its promises. From the streets of Yangon to the rubble of Kabul, from the crowded camps of Gaza to the bustling cities of Dhaka and Islamabad, these 10 countries represent just a fraction of the human cost of restrictive visa policies. Behind every denied application, there's a face, a story, a dream put on hold. These are not just statistics. These are real people. Students yearning for education, families desperate for reunion, individuals seeking a better life. Their stories matter. Their voices deserve to be heard. If this video opened your eyes, even a little, then do something about it. Like this video, subscribe to The Nation, and share it with everyone you know. Because these stories matter, and we're just getting started.